That'll be fun. Hey everybody, I'm Ben with Shure here, doing a live stream with Gotham the Sound. We're at AES 2022, and I'm excited to tell you about some new products that we are showcasing here. It's very busy. We're glad to be back and meeting everybody after being cooped up for a little while, so I'm glad you can make it and join us. But anyway, I'm excited. We'll get right into it. A lot of you location sound cart users out there are familiar with the Axion Digital line and our AXT600 Spectrum Manager. Well, we have a brand new replacement, which I'm sure you're going to be happy to hear about, called the AD600. First and foremost, it is a Spectrum Manager just like the old one that does your backup frequencies and visualization of the RF spectrum, but I think the exciting news is that it has a DC powering option, so you can use it in your cart on a 12-volt power supply. So we'll take a quick look at the unit here. You'll notice that it's very beautiful. It has a nice 6-inch color display. And instead of doing a scan like from left to right, it does it in real time. So as we can see it moving here, we're basically visualizing the entire spectrum. It's frequency agile all the way up to 2 gigahertz, and it has 6 discrete inputs that can be dedicated for UHF, VHF, 1.4 gig, STL band, 900 megahertz, and so forth. So it's kind of a vast improvement on its successor, just because it's a newer technology, but it also simplifies your workflow. What I mean by that is not only is it a great way to look at the spectrum and visualize, and we can, much like a spectrum analyzer, we can zoom in and check out certain things, what's happening. You can also demodulate and listen to carriers with a headphone jack that are analog or Axion digital, unencrypted of course. But I think where it really shines, especially for the location sound professional, is that you can do a very, very quick and easy setup. It kind of looks daunting as far as like, oh wow, there's all these lights and buttons, but in reality it's really simple. We can go to the menu here, and if we want to set up, say, a new coordination and you get out to your shoot, you can just go to the frequency coordination tab. And I like to call it kind of like Workbench in a box, because that's kind of what it is. You have 2 different options. You can do a basic or just a very simple coordination, or you can do an advanced coordination with more parameters. Just to show you how quick and easy it is, let's go do a new coordination basic. So we'll do that. And keep in mind, we're here at the Javits Center in New York, and it's super RF congested and lots of stuff going on. But we're showing all of our devices here, and they're already pre-selected, so that's good. We got a mixture of Axion and IEMs here, QLXD, ULXD. We'll go next. Turn off all the frequencies and do a scan. Okay, let's do a scan. Now instead of waiting, it's done. It's already done. It's so fast, real time. And just like Workbench, you see your exclusion threshold and all the stuff that's happening. We'll stop the scan, go to next, and it's going to do its calculation of frequencies automatically for you. And then it's going to try to find as many backup frequencies as it can in this congested RF environment. But when we're done, we'll just hit stop and we'll hit deploy. And then, are you sure? Yeah, we're sure. And it's going to deploy it to all your stuff in the rack. As simple as that. Now the other side of the coin is that if you want more flexibility, you can also do the advanced coordination, where you basically can select more stuff like Workbench, like exclusion zones, and you can tailor the parameters, or say do not use a certain frequency, or stay off of those public safety channels. It also integrates with Wireless Workbench if you're using that, and Shure Plus channels as a backup frequency server. But all in all, it's a really nice tool to have if you're already in the Axion digital ecosystem. Whether or not you're using automatic backup frequencies, or you just want a way to set up your system super fast, the AD600 is here. So we announced it today. This is a brand preview. I think the first time you've heard of it live. And then we're actually shipping on Monday. It will be replacing the legacy AXT600, so this will be the current model, and going forward, this will be the latest and greatest, and many more things to come. So very excited about the AD600. You can check it out at Gotham. They'll definitely be on board with this. And then the other thing I want to show you is our new Lavalier. So A lot of people have been excited about our Twinplex or our Plex series. We have the Twinplex dual diaphragm omnidirectional. We have the Duraplex, the waterproof omnidirectional. And this one is called the Uniplex. And as you might have well guessed from the name, Uniplex means that it's a cardioid lavalier. So if you need that directionality, maybe it's an environment not unlike this one that has a lot of background noise, and you like the Plex cable and you're familiar with just how durable it is and the construction, Uniplex is the answer. So it's the third and latest line using that 1.6 millimeter reinforced cable with a helical winding. It comes in a variety of connectors, including LEMO and micro TQG. I have in my hand the preamp, so you can use it with XLR if you wish. And it's just an all-around answer if you want that cardioid lavalier with a Plex cable. And the Plex cable story, I think you probably heard before, of just how durable it is, and you can flex it, thousands, hundreds of thousands of times before it actually breaks and so forth. So it's kind of answering that small size, 5 millimeter-ish directional cardioid answer with a Plex line. This is will be available in very shortly, if not already, and yeah, we're announcing it here at AES. So very excited. More to come. I guess if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them, or I'll do my best to answer them.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
I wonder, so the AD600 shipping, when is it shipping?
So the announcement is today. It's actually shipping Monday. So Monday will be the first we're actually shipping units out.
And availability?
I have to check on availability, but I'm pretty sure they should be available. I have to get back to you on that for sure, but you can definitely place an order and get it shipped out Monday. Yeah, we're announcing it today.
Do you? Is there an easy way to show us the back of it?
Ooh, yeah. It's kind of buried in there.
Right. But describe the back.
Okay, so the back is very similar to Axient Digital. You have a 4-port switch, so you've got your Dante primary and redundant. You got your Shure side for the control. You have your AC input and your DC if you get the DC powering option. It's available in both flavors. And then there are 6 RF inputs on the back. So you can, like I was saying, you can pair them up for like VHF, UHF, 900 megahertz, 1.4, or use each one individually, turn them on and off as well. And the idea with that is that you can do a quadversity setup, or maybe you want to have different antennas in different locations, or maybe you want to have specific antennas for VHF that are tuned for VHF and that are tuned for STL, and you can monitor all of that with the same unit. Additionally, there's a USB port on the back. And yeah, you can probably charge your phone off of it, but what's really cool is you can save and export stuff in and out of the unit, like scans and data and event log. I get a little bit more into some of the technical details. The unit has a RTC, or a real-time clock, so there's a battery inside and it keeps time. So much like if you're familiar with Workbench's event log and it shows you very verbose what happened, this unit, while it's on, does the same thing and can record and save that. So if you're on a shoot and something happened, whoops, you can go back in time and see, hey, was it the wireless? Was it the audio? What happened? Did the battery go dead? And that's in the unit, even without a computer connected. So it provides a lot better troubleshooting abilities, kind of getting a lot of those same features of Workbench into this little box of hardware, even if you're not running Workbench or you don't have room on your cart for a laptop or a screen or an iPad even using channels. This device can pretty much help you with all of that and just make your coordination so much easier. Yeah.
Very cool. I wonder if you can do me a favor and show us the scan again. I'm going to turn off this light and see if I can get rid of the glare.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to.
So let's see the spectrum again.
What's that?
Let's see the spectrum again.
So take a look at the spectrum again. We're going to exit the coordination here. So at its most basic here, you have your main menu and your scan tools. A through F are the 6 inputs I was talking about on the back. Live means it's live, and max is not like a peak hold, it's more of a meaning that it's showing you an aggregate of all of the antenna inputs together, and you can toggle that on and off. But as you can see, I've got A and C on for whatever reason, but I can turn B on now.
But normally it is peak hold?
Yeah, normally it's just, no, it's not really a peak hold. It's more like if I just want to see everything that's connected all at the same time.
Got it.
And then, you got your typical spectrum analyzer tools here. So, you can move the cursor around to a certain frequency if you want to check it out. This is where the listen function is. So if you want to listen to something, you can go right in here and what is that? If it's analog, you can hear it. If it's actually in digital unencrypted, you can hear it as well. And you can pick off whatever that might be. So you can say, oh, that's somebody else's IFB, or there's a rogue transmitter on the set. What is that? You can listen to it right out the headphone jack, which is really neat. And then you got your other you can capture, you can save scans, you can open scans, you can drop markers, and things of that nature. So you have like a spectrum analyzer-esque kind of tools if you really want to get in there. But even at a glance, you can see where your frequencies are in green, and then other carriers that may be out there. Obviously in New York, we're seeing a lot of public safety activity in the lower spectrum here. And then, I don't know, there's some other things too. Like I was saying, there's only really 2 menus, so it's not super complicated. You got your frequency list monitor for your backup frequencies. The event log I was talking about is much like Workbench, where you can see what's going on with a real-time clock if something happened or there was a problem and the frequencies changed. It'll let you know all that stuff. And then, some other things in the device configuration. This is kind of a good one to show you. On the antenna side, you can really see what each antenna is set to. So we paired them now, A and B, C and D, and E and F. And as you can see, I have got A and B set to VHF, C and D set to UHF, and then E and F set for like the 1.4 gig if you're using that. So you can see where the respective are here and what they're really designed to be listening to. This will show you also, you can turn DC bias on to power any antennas you may have hooked up to it. But it's really it seems like it's complicated, but it's really not. We really try to make it super easy so that you can hit a couple buttons and be set up. If you want to get more advanced using the advanced coordination, you can do that by excluding certain frequencies that are, you don't want to be on, or maybe the coordinator or whoever's telling you only want to be on these frequencies, or here in New York, I don't want to be on the public safety in channel 19, that, so we can do that kind of stuff. It's really an improvement in every way, and I'm just blown away with how fast it is. Like, no more waiting. It's just like, done, scan is over, let's go have lunch. So it's amazing. So
that is truly amazing. All right, Jared, any questions?
Well, there's a lot of admiration for the AD600's display, but the only question at the minute is there any news on an ADX3?
A lot of admiration for the display.
What's up?
Any news of an ADX3?
What's that?
Any news of an ADX3 that you can share?
We're always working on new and exciting things, so stay tuned for more. Maybe yes, maybe no. We definitely take your feedback and value it, though. So we'll look into that.
Aha! All right, that was a very non-answer answer. Maybe we can read between the 50 lines.
Always working on new and exciting things. So.
That's right. All right, Jared, anything else?
Also, is the pricing information available on the new units yet?
Oh, yeah, pricing. Yeah.
Oh, pricing. Off the top of my head, it's very similar to the predecessor, so I think it's within like $100 or so. I have to get the final numbers on that, but it's not drastically different than the older version. Yeah.
All right. So
it is also considerably lighter in weight. So if you're, thinking about how heavy your cart is and such, this one is very much lighter. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's natively 12 volts.
Yeah. Well, it comes in both options. So you have the regular option with the AC pass-through to loop through, or I think it's like a $200 more for the DC option where you can power it on AC or DC. It's a redundant powering, so in an environment where you have AC and that fails, it can back up to DC, or you can just power it on DC from your cart battery, and that's fine too. Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else, Jared?
Yes. Black Cross Random Volunteer would like to hear if there's news regarding Dante output for the ADX5D.
News regarding, sorry, Jared, I didn't copy that. News regarding the digital output for the ADX5D?
Ooh.
Dante.
Oh, Dante
Yes,
output.
that makes more sense.
Nothing to share at this time. As you know, it has analog and AES3 capability currently, but there's not native Dante in it. I don't know if it will ever have that.
Or I guess like a multi-coupler that might have Dante.
Oh, like a slot-in thing. That's come up quite a bit. At this time, I have nothing to share. There are third-party options on the market that do work and people are using every day. But as far as a Shure native one with Dante, I love the idea. I love where your head's at. I can't say that we're working on it or not working on it, but I appreciate the feedback, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Any other news?
That's it for questions.
All right, that's it for the questions. I think we're going to sign off.
Absolutely.
Ben, thank you so much for taking the time to.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I'm excited to be here. It's great to see you, Peter. It's
Yeah.
great to see Jared and the Gotham and everybody. It's wonderful, and I appreciate all your support with Shure. And we're listening. We're here to help you out. So let us know what we can do.
Awesome. Thank you very much.